Three, two, one. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Digital Excursion. This is a podcast with three guys. We talk about stuff. That's basically all it boils down to. No, this this is a podcast. We talk about pop culture, media, movies, TV shows, all that good stuff. I'm your host, Marlon Abram, and with me, as always, we got these two guys, Justin Pua.
Hello.
And Rudy.
Who is Rudy?
You never seen Rudy?
Rudy?
Didn't he play for the Green Bay Packers too? In that movie?
No.
You didn't even see the movie.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rudy's a player. I'm like, I don't know no Rudy.
But no, I'm sorry. He played for Notre Dame. Right. No, it's a good movie.
Underdog movie with Sean Astin.
Yeah, it's a good movie. But they got the old ass football hats like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if anybody's wondering, I got the Green Bay helmet on from like the 40s or whatever. I know their season is over, but I still got to support.
For anyone who's just listening, for some reason we all got on hats today.
I put on a hat just because I did not feel comfortable with my hair, and then everyone else put on a hat.
I put on a hat because Justin had a hat, and I was like, I'm not gonna be the only one. Yeah, I'm not gonna be the only one showing my shiny ass forehead. It's funny, little funny story. We do this podcast just about every week. I know we missed last week, but whatever.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was Thanksgiving. Yeah, let us be. Anyway, so over Thanksgiving break, I'm talking to my little niece, and she's like, "I saw your show." And I was like, "What you mean?" She's like, "Your show on YouTube." I was like, "Oh, what you think?" She's like, "It's okay." I was like, "What? It's just okay." She's like, "No, I like it," but she's like, "You use a lot of bad words."
How old is she?
She's like 7. And I was like,
I don't know.
No, she was like, "You say the S word a lot, Marlon." And I was like, "Oh, sugar."
What's the S word?
Come on. The S word.
Stupid?
Shit.
Oh.
Why did it take us so long? So I told her, I was like, I'll try to clean it up a little bit. So this is for you. All right. If you're listening.
You just said the word.
Well, we're restarted.
Are we a family-friendly show now?
We're family. I'm gonna click for kids only on the YouTube, so we can get blippy numbers now. Seeing as Thanksgiving just passed, when the time this comes out, how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Let's start off with that.
It was good. I missed last year's Thanksgiving because I got sick, so
gross.
I made sure to make it count this time.
Nice.
Ate everything.
I was like Justin last year. I was sick. Still am. Dealing with like a 2-week sickness now.
Damn, you got long COVID.
And COVID. I tested twice negative.
Monkeypox?
No. Why is it always the worst thing?
That's what's out right now. That's what's popular.
RSV?
What's happening?
Oh, no.
So for anybody who is listening, Tyren claimed he didn't have COVID and just coughed and fell off the camera.
He's fine.
He's fine. Hey, about your Thanksgiving, man, I saw those beef tips you were making on Instagram?
Oh, it was pork belly burnt ends.
Oh, I was like, those look so delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Man, I was so mad you didn't bring those to my Friendsgiving.
I know.
You could have just left them. You didn't have to.
I will. I promise to make you some someday.
I've been waiting ever since you got that smoker.
All right. I got you.
My Thanksgiving, since you guys asked.
My bad. Sorry. Hold on.
We're off to a great start here. My Thanksgiving was pretty cool. It's a little different, now. This is, I don't share my personal life on here, but it's the first Thanksgiving without my father. So it was a little different. My dad usually cooks a lot. And this time we did it at a restaurant, which was like, honestly, it was not that great compared to home cooked food.
Mm-hmm.
Not good. It was a fancy schmancy restaurant too. I kind of regret spending my money there.
Oh,
but I do like now. It's been like three. I do kind of three Thanksgivings. Since I live with my fiance. Did Friendsgiving at our house, Thanksgiving with my family, and then right after Thanksgiving with her family. So it's a lot of food. So all in all, not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never had a restaurant Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was the first time for me. I don't recommend.
All right.
Because it's just something about your own food that you make. I don't know about you guys, but we make like food only for Thanksgiving. We don't make it any time of the year.
Yeah, it's the one time we only have it's the one time we have turkey.
Yeah. Well,
turkey's a Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah. Well, it's not even about the turkey for me. It's about the other stuff that doesn't get made throughout the whole year. Like the dressing and the mac and cheese, the yams. Yeah, all that good shit.
You don't have mac and cheese throughout the year?
Oh yeah, like Kraft.
Don't matter. I love mac and cheese, so it's a year-round thing.
I'm making it every day.
Shoot, I would. Really, just like off topic. There's a documentary about a man who only eats Velveeta mac and cheese.
No,
it's on YouTube.
That sounds
check
ridiculous.
it out. It's very, very interesting.
That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was him being picky, but he just has like an eating disorder. But, yeah.
Oh, that now I feel bad for judging.
Yeah, but for as far as like his taste goes, yeah, Velveeta mac and cheese, top tier.
All right, I'll take your word for that. Let's get started here. All right, we got some trailers we're going to talk about. Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. Avatar. Will it make its money back when it comes back in theaters for its sequel? Some news about Quentin Tarantino and also saying some of our favorite Quentin Tarantino movies. But let's start off with the two trailers that just came out. Well, I know the Mario one came out like a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Around 2:00 today.
The shit's fresh. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, this stuff is fresh.
This is PG. We'll never be Blippy if you keep talking like that. But yeah, first of all, let's start with the ridiculous one. I don't know why they make like Christmas slasher movies, but what is this one? It's called the Mean One.
Mean One. It is a Grinch parody.
And it's like a horror thing, right?
Yeah, I believe from the trailer, it looks like the Grinch killed this girl's parents.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to like live her life, and then I guess the Grinch returns to kill more people. And then
I don't remember that in the Dr. Seuss book.
Not at all. And as far as like horror monsters go, the Grinch doesn't look that scary. He looks like just like the Grinch. And I mean, it's scary to see like a green monster coming at you, but it's still a Grinch.
Yeah. When I watched this, since we are now a kids channel, kids turn down the volume. When I watched this parody trailer, it looked like a Pornhub version of the Grinch or something like that.
I don't want to watch that.
I'm pretty sure it's out there already.
No.
And I was like, I do not like this. This looks so weird. I don't no. No.
And the Grinch's penis grew 2 times the size.
Someone get this man a doctor.
Tyren is dying.
God damn, Tyren, are you all right? Should we call 911? Send him to your house? He's no longer responsive.
No. Anyways, so
moving on.
Yeah, in the trailer, I guess the Grinch, the Christmas killer, comes back and to kill more people in the town, and then there's like a training montage where the little girl's like getting buff and like shooting guns and stuff, and I guess she's gonna fight the Grinch.
I don't know what it is. Is the Grinch like public domain?
I believe it is now, if they're gonna do that stuff.
You know, watching trailers like this one, the mean one, and the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey one makes me believe in myself that I could just make anything.
We could do whatever we want.
We could do whatever we want. We could take something that's in the public domain and just make it a low budget slasher film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Cinderella or something.
Fun fact: there was a movie that was being made in the early 2000s, and the crew had come and knocked on the door and asked if they can film outside, and we're just like, okay.
At your house?
And yeah, and turns out the movie was called Robin in the Hood. Never heard about it again.
I think I've heard that movie.
But I guess they filmed outside my house for like a few minutes.
Man, you could have got paid.
All right.
You'd be like, yo, are you from Robin in the Hood?
I'm actually from Like Mike, so.
Oh, you were in that movie, right?
I don't know if I made it into the movie, but I was an extra somewhere in the stands.
We'll have to scrub through the movie.
I've tried for years.
I think
Too dark.
They cut your part out.
Yeah.
The next trailer that came out, the one that I'm more excited about is the Super Mario. Is it Super Mario or Super Mario Brothers?
I believe it's Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. The first one was a teaser trailer, which I was like, wow, this looks really great. And now watching this official 2-minute trailer, I'm just like, man, this looks exactly like how the game looks. It's made by Illumination. They made Despicable Me. They do great work with animation. It looks beautiful. Only thing that I don't like still is the Chris Pratt voice for Mario.
It's fine.
Mario.
Look, that was better than what Chris Pratt did.
I'm not saying it's great.
It's
just
not
saying
great.
It's passable.
You know, maybe I'm just too used to the stereotypical Italian accent. That's what I want.
I get it.
No,
like they could have gotten
kids.
Chris Martin to do it, but
Yeah. What did you say, Tyren?
It's for the new kids.
I guess so. Is Chris Pratt still like the biggest star out there?
I mean, he's still up there.
He's still relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it just feels like Jack Black does the voice of Bowser. He's like he sounds fucking great. Keegan
Kid show.
Oh, sorry. He sounds freaking great. Keegan Michael Key does the voice of Todd, and he doesn't even sound like himself. He sounds
Toad,
Todd, whatever.
It's a human name now. My name is Todd.
I always thought it was Todd. I went to LAUSD. I went to LAUSD. All right. So Keegan Michael Key is Todd, and but he sounds good as the character. He doesn't even sound like Keegan Michael Key. And
Toad sounds ridiculous already. So Keegan Michael Key can do whatever he wants. Just sound silly. Yeah.
But Chris Pratt just sounds like Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't like it. But who am I?
But the trailer is really expanding on what the movie is about, and like a lot of the stuff draws heavily from like the Mario games and the lore. So there's Mario running into the flying fish and him fighting Donkey Kong on a girder, and the Mario Kart games, it's all like very like a love letter to Mario as a whole. So it looks good to me.
Yeah. The one thing that kind of seemed different was, you usually see Princess Peach as the damsel in distress. But in this trailer, she's rounding up the army. She's like ready to fight it. And Luigi's the one who needs saving. So
I believe that's how it is in some of the games. There is a Princess Peach game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And Luigi's kind of he's second string.
Yeah, he's always second string. Except for Luigi Mansion.
Kind of the joke, yeah.
I think it would be more conflict if they had the saving the woman again, and they like more people would try to like be like, oh, we gotta save the white woman again, I don't know. So I think it was a safe play to put Luigi as the little savior, or you have to save him.
I think it's a nice switch up. You can't always have the woman waiting for a man to save him, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. That's that's the life lesson for today. Women, go out and get your own.
Listen to the song "Independent." INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means?
I went to LAUSD. I can't spell. Speaking about Chris Pratt phoning it in for his performances, did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special?
Dang, he did.
That's my own personal opinion.
He did not phone it in.
Really, I thought he kind of phoned it in on that performance, man.
I mean, there's not much for him to, the story is centralized around him, but he doesn't really act much in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, for people who don't know, it just came out.
Holiday special.
Sorry, not just Christmas, but it is about Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Just came out. It centers around Mantis and Drax going to receive Kevin Bacon to present him as a gift to Star-Lord, played by Chris Pratt. And what you think about it, Justin?
I thought it was really cute. I thought it was a nice Christmas special that also like pays homage to like old Christmas specials.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have like it opens with like the old school like rotoscope animation.
Yeah, that was nice.
Mm-hmm. And then they go on a little Christmas adventure, and has a nice little like heartwarming message in it. Yeah. I thought it was good.
I really thought I wasn't going to enjoy it because I turned it on to the first time, and I kind of was just ignoring it, going about my day. And then I sat down and watched it, and I was like, this is actually really funny. Yeah. I really loved the part. Like, I think Mantis and Drax are like a good pairing for comedy. I wouldn't really like put them together in my mind, but they're a great duo for comedy. And specifically, the part I loved is when they're in the real world, on Earth, trying to break into Kevin Bacon's house, and like that whole sequence of events was just like hilarious for me.
It was kind of scary.
Yeah, no, it was. They were kidnapping.
If you look at it from Kevin Bacon's point of view, it's like one of the horror Christmas slasher movies.
Yeah. From
jumping on the walls trying to get him.
That shit was creepy. Scary. From his perspective, yeah, it's freaky, but from their perspective, it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like
go to Earth and fight the police.
Fight the police.
Yeah.
Bulletproof skin and everything, flipping over cars.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time for anybody who hasn't seen it. You can go and see it. It's on Disney Plus. I'm sorry, Tyren, I can't help you if you ain't got it. You better find it on one of those torrent sites.
Passwords. I need an email and password.
Moving on. Speaking about Christmas movies, one big movie that's slated for not Christmas, but in December is Avatar 2, the long-awaited sequel to Avatar. Not The Last
The Last
Airbender.
Airbender?
The blue alien Native American people.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm gonna admit my excitement for the movie has been growing a little bit more that I've been watching the trailers.
Wow.
Why you look like you just smelled a fart?
Because I smell some funkery going on here.
Some funkery. There's some funkery in the air. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm more excited to see how it's going to turn out. Is like, I mean, the story and the trailers, it looks like it's going to allude to something bigger happening in the world. And I'm just like, okay, I guess it might be cool. I don't know. But I was reading that in order for this movie to be successful, or at least make its money back, it has to make about over $2 billion in the box office. And I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money, you know.
How much?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how much is the most paid movie, or like the biggest box office hit? Like, did it ever reach over 2 billion before, or
I don't
this
know.
is like a first time?
I don't know. I think
I'm pretty sure Endgame and Avatar have both reached
over that.
Yeah.
And Titanic as well. But I think this is just like their break-even point to make its money back, which is like they spent a crap load of money on this movie.
Well, they made 2, 3, and 4 already, so I don't know if they're already combining all those movies together and making that just.
Oh, did they shoot? They already in production for Avatar 2, 3, and 4. I'm sorry, 3 and 4.
3 is done. 4 is still working on post-production, but it's done. You know, like it's shot and done.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's all included into like the bundle, or is that just 2? They need to make 2 billion off of 2, and then another 2 billion off of 3. Yada yada.
I don't know. I mean, from what I read, it was just 2, but you might be right. It could be an overall bill for those movies. Do you think Avatar 2 can make their money back? Make over $2 billion? No. Oh, wow. You all right.
I said it.
I smell some funkery in the air. I think, man.
Whoa. All right.
Go to the doctor.
I'm good.
Yeah, okay. As much as I do not like the Avatar series, I believe it. Yeah, it'll make its money back. It's there's too much hype / controversy / just James Cameron fans that will go see this movie regardless of whether or not they like it.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
I'm not, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll make its money back.
What were you saying, Tyren, before you coughed your guts out?
I was saying no, only because not a lot of new people is going to come. Because, you know, the first Avatar, a lot of new people came. Like, it was like a different thing at the time. And then people already know about Avatar. I think it's like that movie is a lot of polarized. So I don't think a lot of people's going to go to it. Like Justin, maybe me. I don't know if I'm going to go, even though I like the first one. I think the story is a rinse and repeat. That's why.
You think they're going to rinse and repeat the first story in the second movie?
Yeah, because it kind of already looks that way. But in a different sense.
And how so?
So they have a kid and the mom dies. That's what I'm assuming. Between Jake and I forgot whoever the girlfriend was, but the girlfriend dies. That's what I'm thinking. And they have a kid, and the kid goes into a new planet or world or whatever. And he's like the outsider, just like Jake was when he became an avatar. So it's like that journey all over again.
Oh, I kind of see what you're saying.
I'm thinking.
I feel, yeah. I think you probably might be right about that. The story might not be too different from what it was before, but I feel like people will go see the movie just because it's been such a long time since the first one. And I think out of like genuine curiosity for the movie, people would be like, "All right, let's go see it," or like, and it looks kind of visually stunning, so I think people would want to go see it for that as well. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But if
It's kind of like okay, this is gonna tie into the current events. It's kind of like Americans with soccer. Like
Mhm.
Americans don't really care about soccer, but when the World Cup comes around and we're in it, everyone's gonna watch it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good comparison. I've been watching soccer.
Mhm.
I don't really like soccer.
Me neither, but I watched the USA match.
So you're saying that Avatar is Team USA in the FIFA World Cup?
It's just a soccer match. I'm not saying it's like Team USA.
He just said Avatar is America's movie.
We're really stretching this.
No, I'm just saying, yeah. I'm just saying that there's no huge interest as far as like the general consensus goes, but I think there's a lot of hype around it, so people are going to watch it.
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, like in all honesty, I think the only one who really wants to see Avatar 2 is James Cameron.
Mm.
And that's it. And he sure wants to make his money back, so he's gonna push it, you know. But
That's
yeah,
to stick it to these comic book movies.
yeah, definitely, because he's a comic book movie hater, self-proclaimed. And that leads right into our next topic, which these are good
You're welcome.
segues right here. Thank you.
It's like hit you with an assist.
Because that's a
Dunk it.
That's a dunk.
Alley-oop.
I don't know. I don't play
Yes.
basketball. That's how you do it.
One hand, two, whatever.
Tossed it to you and then you dunked.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
That's not how you dunk. I can't dunk. I'm not tall.
You never
We do perfect segues and then derail it right after.
I know, right after. I'm afraid to make Tyren laugh, man. He's gonna die on us. He's like,
I'm good.
all right. So Quentin Tarantino, he was on Tom Segura, a comedian. He's a comedian. He was on Tom Segura's podcast, and there was a point in the podcast where they started talking about Marvel movies. And Quentin Tarantino talks about how Marvel movies are the reason that these characters are famous. You know, it's not like no one knows the movies for the movie stars anymore. Like they're just going to see these characters. And with that, you know, that's not his first grievance that he's had on Marvel movies. He's not a fan of them. Also, we've got James Cameron, who spoke out about him, who's not a fan of Marvel movies, and Martin Scorsese's, all these legendary filmmakers. So I wanted to pose the question. Well, first, do you agree with Quentin Tarantino that there's just way too many Marvel movies, that like cinema is not even a thing anymore because of them? And I guess basically that's what I wanted to talk about. What do you guys think about that?
I see his point in the sense that Marvel movies aren't like vehicles for starring roles. They're more of people wanting to play the character.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's already this lore behind all the Marvel movies,
Years
with the comic books and everything. So they're not movies in the sense that, you know, like old school cinema was, where they made movies and there was a leading star in it, and that's part of what pushes the movie.
Yeah.
So I see his point in that, but I don't think that Marvel movies are like killing cinema in a sense. It's just the current flavor of the week, like westerns were.
Yeah,
So it's just
exactly.
like the current thing right now.
It's just the trend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you, Tyren.
I want to give Tarantino a break because he also said it kind of what Justin just said. He was saying like I don't know if he's on the same podcast or on a different one, but he was just like, oh, he was just talking to some young kid, and he grew up was all is Marvel, and he was like all the old cats, they didn't grow up on Marvel, so this is not their flavor of movies. And
Mm-hmm.
then he was just saying like this is why like all the old directors really don't like it, and the young people do, so it's like not for him. That's what he was just saying. I don't know if he's on the same podcast or not,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
what he was
yeah.
saying.
He was saying that on the same podcast. If you go and watch it, the Tom Segura podcast, he was basically saying that things like, as a kid, I collected Marvel comics, but it's not the movies I grew up with. He grew up with like westerns and stuff like that, and James Bond. And now this is what we have today. With us kind of going through it, this is our, like Justin was saying, this is the current trend in cinema. But I do agree a little bit with what he was saying about the movie star things. And I'm just kind of thinking like every movie star, every Marvel star, like Captain America, Chris Evans, Tony. See, I'm not even saying their names.
Robert Downey Jr.
Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Tom Holland. Like they're known for the Marvel movies now, and any other movie they do outside of Marvel doesn't even get any hype or like doesn't hit to the same effect. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like Chris Evans is not the best example because he has good movies outside of Marvel. But look at Robert Downey Jr. He was a star before, then the Marvel movies made him a star again. And now since that, he hasn't done anything notable since then. People weren't coming out to the theaters for Dr. Dolittle just to see Robert Downey Jr.
In Robert Downey Jr.'s case, his career was like on a downward spiral because of substance abuse and all that. And this is the thing that like reignited his career with Iron Man. Perfect casting, by the way, just because.
Oh yeah, wonderful.
Yeah. But this is like his like Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You" is that he found the thing that will just keep him relevant for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe not for him, but like as far as like other stars go, they're Chris Evans and like Tom Holland. They both have like movies outside of Marvel that are really good.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that Marvel people in Marvel movies aren't stars is doing a disservice to them. So while yeah, there is the point that they're not like as big stars as like old school golden age cinema was. They're still
Arnold
stars in their own
Schwarzenegger.
sense. Yeah.
They're still stars in their own sense. But yeah, of course you're going to come to see the characters, especially if you've been watching since Iron Man or the Hulk or whatever. You really want to see these stories play out and the characters progress and see the mantles pass on. You're really invested.
I got a question then. Would you consider all the Marvel stars like in the Hall of Fame in a sense versus like all the ones that before them, like all the old school all stars? Because everybody who's a star before them, like in the traditional movies, like we could consider them legends because they're great in so many different movies other than the one that blew them up. So would you be saying like, oh, since Marvel blew them up for that one time, are they legends in like in the whole sense of like Hall of Fame?
I see what you're asking, and right now I would say no, because let's take. I'm trying to pick a good example.
Denzel.
Yeah, if we put Denzel against Chris Evans, right? He's got some good movies outside of Marvel movies, but he's really known for that Captain America role, right? And I think it has to do with like the length of his career as well. You know, Denzel is far in his career. He's played a multitude of characters. He's really shown his range. And just because, you know, Denzel, I don't know what movie really made him famous, but I'll take Training Day. You know, that's what really that movie probably showed a different side of him, or like the one he was with with Morgan Freeman in the slave movie. I forget the name. You know, I think that's where he really started to pop up. Yeah, or Malcolm X. Like those core movies, those three movies probably really made people like notice him. But I think over a multitude of movies where he consistently like gives his all is what makes him a legend. You know, I think that makes sense, right? Now, Chris Evans, he's still very young. And I think being Captain America, being in Snowpiercer, being in what else is he in?
Knives Out.
Knives Out. You know, I think that's helping to create he's helping to create his legacy because he's consistently good in those movies, but he's just not there yet. You know what I mean?
Only time will tell, I guess.
Yeah, only time will tell. Like Sam Jackson, he is a legend already, and he jumped into a Marvel movie, and people love him in that role. But you know, even without that role, he's still going to be a legend in acting because of the length of his career, what he's done.
Yeah, I don't think like individual roles will make every person that's been in a Marvel movie legendary, but it is their roles in the MCU that like the MCU is, as a whole, is the legendary thing. It's like, and to be a part of that is like you know, to be a part of this like dynasty. And like, sure, their individual roles may not like make them legends, but they're still a part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, I was going to say, I was sitting here thinking about if Marvel movies are ruining cinema. And first, I was going to say, I think they kind of are, because like the big box office movies are, you know, take Black Adam, for example. They're pushing that movie so hard. They push it and push it. They want to make $1 billion off of it. And it's just mediocre. You know, I mean, I think we can all say that now. But yeah, you know, it's like a mediocre movie as compared to like some art house movie that goes through Sundance or something like that. It may not get as much of the advertising budget, so it's maybe not seen as well, right? That was going to be my first answer. But then I remember like there's movie studios like A24 who consistently put out great movies, you know, on an independent budget, you know, and those like you can consider those like cinema, you know, because they're more thoughtful or they're different. They have a unique style to them. So with that, I would say like Justin said, it's just a trending thing right now. When it'll die out, I don't know, but there's still room for big box office movies and independent thought pieces of cinema. You know what I mean? That's my spiel.
I think it would die out once the audience gets tired of it.
Once they grow up all the way?
Or that too. Yeah.
Grow up, Justin.
I grew up on Marvel movies with the Spider-Mans in the early 2000s and stuff, but now like catching the second run of it, I'm like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's a golden age for being a nerd because like there's MCU movies, there's DC movies, there's a bunch of shows and stuff. It's amazing. Like, sure, I love all this stuff. I know it's gonna end someday, but
yeah,
right now I'm just gonna fucking enjoy it.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna freaking enjoy it.
PG. Now I will.
I'm good.
I would say that I wish that these movies did have more of a voice from the director. Like some of the directors are, I guess this mostly pertains to like DC, but some of these directors are allowed to really show their voice through the movie. And then, there's always like an amount of studio interference that kind of like changes the scripts or changes the director. But like just thinking like how Edgar Wright was supposed to be the first director of the Ant-Man movie, and just thinking like how his style would have been able to tell the story. Like I would have loved that, but because they changed the director because of creative differences, now it's stripped down to like a palatable, so to say, movie that I guess a wide audience could enjoy.
Yeah, it has to fit the MCU mold.
And,
the one time they let the director do whatever they want, everyone hated Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh yeah, that was trash. I don't think even what's his name?
Chris Hemsworth.
I don't think Chris Hemsworth liked it that much.
Yeah, it went from Chris Hemsworth being like, I'll do any Thor movie as long as they're still doing it, to it better be good this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just came out saying that like it's got to be different in tone.
Yeah.
He's like, no more Taika Waititi. Get Quentin Tarantino over here.
That'd be something.
He's not going to do that though. He's only got like one more movie to make in his round of 10 movies, I think. I don't think he's going to do Thor. Yeah, he's always said he's going to make 10 and he's done.
Oh, that's nice.
So I think the one that you just watched, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, was number 9.
One, baby, that was a great one.
And that's what we're going to talk about next. All right, we're moving on from Marvel stuff. So the other day, Tyren texted us late at night for some reason.
Really?
It's late for me. I wake up early. But sometimes I text y'all at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So I just have things on my mind. So yeah, late
it's
at night.
Fine, I'm asleep.
Yeah, when you don't answer back, I'm pretty sure like I should stop just and sleep.
I mean, it's not gonna wake me up. It's just deep sleeper.
Yeah, he texted us Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's best movie. And just like a little okay. And I'm like, I had to wake up and respond. I'm like, nah, man. Nah. I mean, it's not my favorite Quentin Tarantino.
He didn't even see the message. He woke up and was like, no.
Yeah, it's just no, not at all. Tell me what you loved about that movie, man. I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong.
Don't kill him, man. Gonna kill him and his opinions.
Why does the camera flip every time you cough?
He doesn't want to see. Doesn't want people to see him dying. So while he's recovering, I did not watch his movie completely. I watched the first, say, 20, 30 minutes because it was at an Airbnb. And I just put it on. Not the most engaging first 20 minutes of a Tarantino movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to finish it to give my honest opinion, but
look, Justin can't even make it through it.
Where's the leading to? I was in San Francisco. I had stuff to do, so
like not watch a movie. Not watch a boring movie.
Look, when I was watching it, like obviously I was sick. This was a couple days ago, and I was like, I recorded it because it came on TBS or TNT or whatever, and I recorded it, and I was like, I'm gonna sit through this since I got nothing to do, just sitting here die all the time. First 20, 30 minutes, boring. I was like, whatever. Like I'm just gonna watch through it, and then it just got better and better, and I was like, yo, this movie's actually pretty great.
What part did it get better? Like, I must have missed it.
Just over like the concept of the movie was getting great. Like it was so bizarre. Like I never would have thought of like a movie like this happening, even though it's about an actor making movies, but then becoming too old to be still like the main star. But I was like, when the Bruce Lee part, I don't know if you got to that part yet.
Yeah.
Justin.
Oh, Justin.
I have not.
Did you freeze? That part was kind of like, it's okay. People say it's really funny. I don't think it was funny. I just thought it was great overall. Like, I just like the story, like the actors, just like the whole concept of everything. I thought it was really good.
The thing I didn't like, I started off liking it, and maybe that's because I like Quentin Tarantino movies. And I like the concept of the new Hollywood infringing on the old Hollywood, like Western actors having to change their whole style to fit into the new way of Hollywood filmmaking. But as the story went on, I was just like, I don't understand. Because like a central part, I'm sorry, Justin. Can I spoil it for you? Is that okay?
That's cool. I'm zoning out.
Okay. I think this is kind of like widely. Oh, thank you.
Hey, I muted you guys when you guys were talking about Atlanta, so I might just do that again. We'll see.
I think it's widely known information anyways, but like the movie, part of it centers around the Sharon Tate murder by the what's the guy's name? The cult leader. I'm blanking. Justin?
I forget.
Oh man. The guy with the cross and everything. What's his name? Charles Manson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it centers around the Manson murders at one point. And for some reason, in this version of the story, it like changes so that Sharon Tate just lives and that the Manson murderers get killed. And I know it's an exciting part of the movie and whatever, but I just I don't understand why they had to do that and what that did for the story overall.
Oh, I didn't even know it was about that.
Yeah.
Well, the first 20, 30 minutes, I was kind of zoning out. So I didn't know Sharon Tate was like a big figure or whatever. I didn't know who this person was.
In real life, she got killed by the Manson family in the Hollywood Hills.
So from my understanding, as someone who has not watched this movie completely, just like in Tarantino's other movie, Inglourious Bastards, he just does like an altered history thing, and just to see what it would be like, I suppose.
I guess.
Like, what if we could like kill Hitler in that, in a fucking movie theater and fucking burn it down? So, it's kind of just like exploring different possibilities, I suppose.
I guess, man. It's a good movie. I won't lie. Not my favorite. Not by far.
Hate it.
That was a fake cough. I heard you that real cough for the past half hour.
You're only really coughing if you're flopping on the floor. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, Tyren, but you're wrong. And I think one of the best Quentin Tarantino movies is the one he did right before this one, The Hateful Eight. I think that is one of his best movies. Django is one of his best movies. And personally, I really like Kill Bill. I know a lot of people love Pulp Fiction, but I like Kill Bill a little bit more than Pulp Fiction. But I don't know. After seeing The Hateful Eight and then seeing what came next, I was just like very underwhelmed by it. Have you seen The Hateful Eight?
Yeah, I seen it. It was too much killing, Tarantino style,
Too much Tarantino. I didn't like it.
I enjoyed that one, and I also watched like the extended cut, which was also enjoyable.
Yeah, I thought that movie was way more enjoyable.
It was cool. It's not way better than Hollywood. Hollywood is way slower. I think I like slower movies.
Yeah.
That's why.
Hateful Eight's kind of slow.
Yeah, it's a little slow. It takes a while to pick up.
Yeah.
It was just boring throughout. Like I never was like, I'm on the train, I'm hyped on the train, you know. But
Maybe you're not into
Hollywood caught on.
westerns.
Yeah. Oh. I gotta think about all the
Yeah,
Western movies I've seen.
yeah, I am. I like them.
I can't remember if I hate all Westerns. I don't think so. I like Red Dead, so I couldn't hate. That's a video game.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah.
Fair point.
Fair point. Fair point. Okay. So do you guys have any other favorite Tarantino movies?
Django. That's a Western, kind of.
Yes, definitely
No,
a
not
Western.
really.
No, it's a
Not
Western.
really.
It's a
Okay,
Western.
but it was like in slavery times, not in like
Yeah,
Western time.
Western times and slavery times happened at the same time.
Yeah, but usually they kind of like split in the movie realm.
That's just the movies, man.
I didn't think you would call a slavery movie a Western movie, but I guess I like Django. So there's one.
Django's a solid one.
I
That's a
think
really
that's
good.
probably my favorite one. And then Hollywood is number 2.
In Hollywood, it's number 2. What about you, Justin?
I like the classics: Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pulp Fiction just does a really good job of like intertwining multiple stories.
Yeah.
It's like a mini universe in itself.
Yeah. You know what I like about Pulp Fiction? I know it's his second movie, I think. Pulp Fiction makes me feel, as someone who wanted to make movies, makes me feel like I can go out in the streets and make my own movie on a small budget and like a little cast and just not even have like a real story. just go out there and make something good. Like when I first saw it, I was like, nothing makes sense here. There's like 5 different stories. There's not even a lot of characters. Like it's just like a long ass student film, but it's like really good.
It's like it's 5 different stories. Like they just like happen to interconnect.
Yeah, it just happened on the same day.
Yeah.
And I love the diner scene with Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah. What his 10th movie will be, only time will tell. Who knows?
He's doing Avatar 4.
I doubt that. Everybody's gonna die in that movie.
That's why it's the last one.
Chop off all their ponytails, just blood everywhere.
Purple blood.
Is that your Avatar horror parody?
Yeah. Once it falls into the public domain. Now it's time for our very, very special segment. Tyren reviews Marvel movies that have come out a long time ago.
Can we please make that a segment?
That's gonna be our segment now. We're gonna do a whole title for it.
I think I'm all caught up though by now, right?
Did you see Black Panther 1?
Yes, I seen. We talked about this last time.
Well, you got to see Black Panther 2.
Just saw Endgame.
Yeah, but I seen Endgame. I seen Infinity War. I seen the first 2 Avengers. No, I haven't seen the Robot Avenger. I don't know which one that one is.
Vision?
Ultron?
Oh, Ultron. Oh, okay.
I haven't seen that one.
And you still got to see the new ones.
Yeah, there's lots of movies.
Yeah, this segment's...
I've seen the first Doctor Strange. I haven't seen the second one.
So many that they're ruining cinema.
Yeah. Well, at least we have this segment.
So what you think about Endgame?
Yeah, what you think about Endgame?
So I'm gonna
spoilers
every time.
From 4 years ago.
I'm not a big Marvel fan, so my bar is low for these movies, right? And only I want to say one movie passed that bar that I was like, "Oh, this is a great movie." This movie never passed the bar for me.
What movie passed the bar for you?
Morales, the black Spider-Man.
Oh, okay, that's different.
But it's still like in the Marvel world, though.
It's not in the same universe, technically. But it is a great movie. That's a Sony Marvel movie.
So it's not considered like an MCU?
Nah, unfortunately.
It's not a part of the core MCU.
Yeah,
It's part of like a possibly an alternate universe.
we don't know yet.
Yeah, but
yeah, sorry. Keep going.
Okay, all right, but I was disappointed throughout the whole thing. Only two parts that.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
I know. I was disappointed throughout the whole thing.
Like after watching Infinity War, I was like, "Yes, Thanos win. This is great. I thought it was a good movie." And then this Endgame, it was kind of disappointing because like I was like skipping through most of it because all like the grease they had, I'm like, this is boring. They try to get sentimental with people. I'm like, boring, skip.
Oh my God, you didn't even watch the movie.
I probably skipped like a good 20 minutes of the movie.
Jeez.
The only two parts I liked was when Iron Man was looking at Captain America's pants and he was like, those pants don't fit well, whatever. And Ant-Man was like, that's American's ass.
That's the only part you like?
No. No. And then the other part was this chick, who's the red chick with like the red superpowers and red hair?
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Okay, she came down during the end of the battle and she met Thanos and then she was like, you ruined everything for me. And he was like, I don't even know who you are. I was like, exactly what I thought.
I mean, yeah, from his point of view, he doesn't really know who she is.
I thought with the whole movie, I'm like, who?
Tyren's like, who are these people?
Yeah.
Or you just skipping over movies. There's a timeline.
I was on board when he said,
who is this cat man?
Oh yeah, and Black Panther was in it. I was like, oh dang, this is kind of like his last movie, huh? Was it his last movie?
It wasn't his last role. That was
not
in,
his.
What If?
Yeah, it was his last movie, Marvel movie. Yeah,
it was his last Marvel movie.
Well, his last Marvel movie, not his last movie, and not his last Marvel role.
Mm.
Yeah. What was his last Marvel role?
On the animated Marvel show, What If? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but he wasn't acting in it. He was just voice acting.
Yeah, that's acting. Yeah. He
wasn't physically in it,
and I was like, yeah. But I was seeing him. I was just like, damn. After just watching, part 2, I was like, damn, this kind of sad in a way. But
yeah,
I was disappointed throughout the whole thing. And they made even the whole big conflict thing, or how they resolved everything, was like a time machine. And then he was like, it's not really a time machine. It kind of is a time machine. And I'm like, bro, this is how they do it. It's kind of boring. I was just disappointed.
You didn't like it wasn't really a time machine. It was a quantum realm.
A time machine.
It's the space and time in between particles. They get so small that they can travel through.
And it was like they even referenced Back to the Future, and I was just thinking that too. I'm like, this is another Back to the Future.
So boring. Out of 5 stars, what do you give it?
1.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
I'm glad that I waited.
Wow.
I went to the movie theater to watch it.
Wow. I'm so.
You gave the culmination of 20 years of universe building with one of the greatest movie climaxes in forever a 1.
Kevin Feige, you guys step it up.
I think it's mainly because I don't like what's the word for it? Live action comic book movies, because I think it would always be better in animated. So like me seeing like humans but doing like superhuman stuff or like superpowers, I was like, not really selling it for me.
So you're already turned off.
Morales movie kind of like passed me. Yeah, like in the beginning, I was already like, I watched it just because everybody said it was a great movie, but it's not a great movie for me.
I mean, you're missing a huge part of the context by not watching all the other movies. So I think if you're not as invested into the lore of the MCU, Endgame will probably hit different.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on some points though, Tyren. Like I thought that Infinity War was a little better, in my opinion, because I did like that they let the villain win. I thought that was like different. But and I also at first thought that the time machine thing was a cop out at first, but then I thought the way I saw that how it played out, I thought it worked really well. And seeing where it's going now, currently in the other movies, I'm like, okay, they found a way to really incorporate it. But
I'm talking about bringing Iron Man back. And I'm like, if this time machine, if you
who said that
time machine, you could. They interviewed what's his name, Robert Downey Jr. And it was like, is there any way Iron Man could come back? He was like, did the old silence like I'm under contract look like I can't talk about it, something like that.
Oh, that's just press, man. That's just press.
But if you make a time machine, you could bring anybody back in like the realm of time machine. So I'm like, this is a never-ending story about to happen with characters dying but not really dying.
Well,
like, someone just be dead for real.
I'm pretty sure
Gamora really died.
Yeah. Black Widow really died.
Yeah, actually, Gamora came back. Black Widow did not, and Robert Downey Jr. did not.
Gamora is a different timeline.
Yeah, she's a different timeline. Gamora. Robert Downey Jr. is probably not coming back, and I think they're kind of the way they're writing the movies now, like they're stepping away from that time machine aspect of it. They're kind of moving on to something.
It's one of those things you can only do once, because if you can just undo everything, then it's just pointless.
Yeah.
If you open the box of time machine, you always have that little box to go back to. That's what, like 20 years down the line, I guarantee you they're going to open that box somehow again and be like, hey, we found a new Tony Stark, the black chick. She could do it again.
The black chick.
I don't know. From the Black Panther. She could make another one.
I know who you're talking about. Like, let's just go back in time again.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love hearing your take on Marvel movies, man. It's so different from what I think.
So different from what a lot of people think.
Yeah, you're the refreshing antagonist here.
Oh wait, I want to preference saying that, like, even though I'm not a fan of live action superhero movies, there's only one movie that passed it that was like, it's in my top 3 favorite movies, and I didn't expect it to be. Was the part 2 of Dark Knight, the second one, the Joker in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only movie I was like, yo, this is a great movie. But other than that, the first and the last one sucked. But that's only like real live action superhero movie I liked.
Did you watch the newest Batman?
Yeah.
You know, like
I didn't break it. It was okay.
It was all right. Yeah. Well, actually, I liked it a lot, but
I liked it enough. I can't say that I love it, but I like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I love it.
I'm not gonna watch it a second time. That's what I'm saying.
Fair. Well, that concludes this segment of Tyren Reviews Marvel movies that came out a long ass time ago.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't been here in the last 4 years. I think we're gonna close out the show, guys. Any other things?
Elton John's last concert is on Disney Plus. I recommend everyone go watch it.
It's his last concert?
Yeah, well, in America.
Oh, he's still gonna be playing in England.
And yeah.
Oh, okay. He's like, it's just like he's a moving away party or what?
Yeah, it's his Goodbye America tour, basically.
Oh.
He's taking off to spend time with his family. Yeah.
Nice. I didn't even know you had a family.
He's married. He has kids.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, I went to his second to the last concert at Dodger Stadium. It was amazing. Yeah.
I love Elton John. He's got great music.
Mm-hmm.
Tyren,
go watch it.
farewell. Maybe Aaron Rodgers, you've been great to us. I don't know if you're gonna leave this year, but if you do, farewell.
That was beautiful. And with that, everybody, that is our show. Thank you for clicking on the Digital Excursion podcast. You can find us every week on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can now write into the show, leave us a comment or question or even a concern it's just at
I'm concerned with some of these takes.
Yeah, like, what is wrong with Tyren? Like, he does not
you don't like nothing. The email address is thedigitalexcursion@gmail.com. Thedigitalexcursion@gmail.com. Send us a message. We love to hear it. We'll read it on the air, I guess. Follow us on all our socials, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. Once again, I'm your host, Marlon Abram. This is Justin Pua and Tyren Lee. We can't, man. It's copyrighted, I'm pretty sure. You'll have Narwhal coming after us. All right, later. Peace.
Bye.
I gotta take a big piss.
And that hat was making my head.